Imagine this. I am on my knees scrubbing the marble floor. My hands are red and sore. My back is hurting. My mother-in-law is standing over me with a cup of tea in her hand. She looks down at me and says in a sharp voice, "Linda, you missed a spot again. How many times do I have to tell you? You are so slow. What kind of wife are you?" My husband, David, is sitting on the sofa watching TV. He doesn't even look up. He just says, "Mom's right, Linda. Hurry up. We have guests coming tonight." That was my life for 9 long years. I was treated like a live-in maid in the beautiful big house that actually belonged to me. They had no idea. None of them knew the truth. But one day, everything changed. And the look on their faces when they found out I was the owner, I will never forget it. If you have ever been disrespected, used, or treated like you don't matter in your own home, stay with me. This story might give you the strength you need. Let me take you back 9 years. I married David when I was 36. He was charming, had a good job, and came from a well-known family in our town. Everyone told me how lucky I was. "Such a big, beautiful house," they said. "You're going to live like a queen." I just smiled and stayed quiet. I never told them the truth. The house wasn't David's. It wasn't his mother's. It wasn't his family's. The house was mine. My father bought this house 25 years ago. He put it only in my name. Before he passed away, he told me, "Linda, this is your safety net. Never tell anyone until you really need to." When he died, the house, the land, and everything became fully mine. But when I married David, I decided not to say anything. I wanted to see if they would love and respect me for who I was, not for what I owned. That was my biggest mistake. From the very first month, they started treating me like a maid. My mother-in-law would wake me up at 5:30 every morning. "Linda, make breakfast for everyone, then clean the living room, then do the laundry." David's sister would sit on the couch scrolling on her phone while I washed the dishes. She never helped. Not once. David would come home from work and say, "Mom, is dinner ready? Linda, why is the house still messy?" I did everything. I cooked 3 meals a day. I did all the cleaning and ironing. I took care of the garden. I even did the grocery shopping. And every night I went to bed completely exhausted. I never complained. I kept smiling because deep inside I was waiting for the right moment. Have you ever felt like a servant in your own home? That was me, every single day for 9 years. One evening, we had guests over for dinner. My mother-in-law started shouting at me in front of everyone. "Linda, the floor is still dirty. You are useless. We should have hired a real maid instead of bringing you into this family." Some people laughed. David laughed too. I just lowered my head and continued serving the food. Inside, my heart was breaking, but I stayed silent. Every night, after everyone went to sleep, I would go to the small guest room. I would open the locked drawer and take out the property papers. The documents clearly showed the house was registered only in my name, Linda Thompson. I would read them again and again under the dim light. I would whisper to myself, "One day they will know the truth. One day they will regret every single word." I started making my plan very quietly. I didn't fight. I didn't argue. I just worked harder on the outside and planned smarter on the inside. I collected every bill and every document. I spoke to a lawyer friend secretly on the phone. I opened a separate bank account. I waited patiently, like a storm that was slowly building. Years passed. The disrespect only got worse. They would throw away the food I cooked if it wasn't perfect. They made me sleep on the couch when relatives came. They would say things like, "You came from a simple family, Linda. You should be grateful we gave you this big house." I kept quiet, but every insult made me stronger. Here's the first big hook. What would you do if you were treated like a maid in your own home? Would you scream and fight, or would you stay silent and plan your comeback like I did? Now let me tell you about the day everything changed. It was a Saturday afternoon in June. The whole family was home. My mother-in-law was complaining again. Linda, the guests will be here in 2 hours. Clean the entire house again and make sure the bathrooms are perfect. You are so lazy these days. David added, "Yeah, listen to Mom. She knows best." I was vacuuming the living room when the doorbell rang. 2 men in suits were standing outside. They said they were from the county property office. They had important official documents to deliver to the owner of the house. My mother-in-law took the envelope. She opened it and started reading. Her face went from normal to confused to completely shocked. She looked up at me with wide eyes. "Linda, what is this?" Her voice was shaking. She read the letter out loud. "This property is officially registered under the name of Linda Thompson since 25 years ago. Any changes or decisions regarding the house must be approved by the legal owner, Linda Thompson." The room went completely silent. David jumped up from the chair. He grabbed the paper from his mother's hand. He read it again and again. His face turned white. My mother-in-law started shouting, "This can't be true. This house belongs to our family." But the official documents were clear. Everything, the house, the land, and even the furniture that came with it, was in my name only. I stood there still holding the vacuum cleaner. I looked at them all calmly and said, "Yes, this house has always been mine. My father bought it and put it in my name only. I never told you because I wanted to see if they would love and respect me for who I am, not for what I owned. But you treated me like a maid for 9 years. You should have seen their faces. Shock, fear, regret, all mixed together." David started stuttering. "Linda, why didn't you say anything?" I looked at him and said softly, "Because I wanted to give you all a chance to treat me like family. Instead, you treated me like a servant, so now things are going to change." My mother-in-law started crying. She said, "We are so sorry, Linda. Please forgive us." David's sister, who never did any work, was staring at the floor in shame. I didn't shout. I didn't get angry. I spoke with calm strength. "From today, I am the owner of this house. I will decide how things run here. If you want to stay, you will treat me with respect. If you cannot do that, the door is open." That day, I stopped being the maid. I became the owner. In the weeks that followed, everything changed. David started helping with chores. My mother-in-law began asking me before making any decisions. They all became polite and careful around me. They finally understood. I was not the helpless woman they thought I was. I didn't throw them out. I gave them a chance to change their behavior, but I made the rules very clear. Respect is not given for free. It must be earned. Today, at 45 years old, I finally sleep peacefully in my own house. I no longer wake up at 5:30 to serve everyone. I have my dignity back. I have my power back. I have my life back. Here's what I learned after 9 long years. Real power does not need to shout. Real power stays silent and waits for the perfect moment. Real power is knowing your worth even when no one sees it. If you are listening to this right now and someone is treating you badly in your own home, remember my story. Stay quiet, stay smart, make your plan. Your time will come. Now I want to hear from you in the comments. Have you ever been disrespected or treated like a servant in your own home? What would you do if you were in my situation? Be honest. The strongest women are the ones who share their stories and support each other. If this story gave you strength or hope, please hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel for more real-life stories of quiet power and smart comebacks from women like us. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new story. Your life is yours. Never let anyone treat you like you are less. You are the owner of your story. Thank you for listening till the end. Stay strong, stay smart, stay powerful. Thanks and love you. If this story gave you strength, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel for more real-life stories of quiet power and smart comebacks from women like us. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new story. Your life is yours. Never let anyone treat you like you are less. You are the owner of your story. Thank you for listening till the end. Stay strong, stay smart, stay powerful. Thanks and love you.